Have you ever made an effort to do service for others? Maybe you spent time doing volunteer work, or maybe you gave to charity. Have you ever wondered how you can extend or expand your ability to serve the world? That's what we're going to be talking about today on The Spiritual American. Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're going to be talking about the magic of service. When I say the word service, I would like you all to take a look at how that word makes you feel. It depends on where we are in life, I would think. If I'm in a place in life where I feel very down, or I feel very weak, or I feel very emotionally hurt, then maybe the idea of service doesn't really feel appealing because I feel like maybe I need something. But at other times in life, maybe we feel happy, or we feel like we have some resources, and we feel the feeling, the urge to share and to give and to help. So I was thinking about this service, and I come from a Christian background, and in the Christian background, and other religions too, not just Christian, but a lot of the service is based on giving to the church, like tithing, and also maybe volunteering in a shelter, or maybe going on a mission trip to an area of the world where people are suffering, and maybe we can help them, and then obviously share our spiritual perspective. So that's one level of service. I remember hearing somebody tell me a long time ago that there's only three things that people can give: their time, their money, and their energy. And I have been kind of living by that until I started doing this spiritual study and effort. So time, obviously that's physical. I'm going to give my time to help somebody else. Money is obvious. I'm going to give money. I'm going to give money to charity. I'm going to give donations and so forth, maybe help somebody out. And then energy. Usually when we talk about energy in this way, we're talking about physical energy, like the energy I have to do something. In spirituality, there's another level of service that we can be doing. And I'm going to say that that's the level of feelings. Maybe we never thought about sharing our feelings, but it's in a certain context. So maybe if I'm angry, I'm sharing my anger, which we know that maybe if we're in a room with somebody who's angry, it's creating an atmosphere, right? That anger is creating an atmosphere. You can feel it. Even if the person's not saying anything, you can feel the shift in the energy of their feelings. If somebody feels happy, you can feel it. If somebody feels calm, you can feel it. Others can feel our energy. And that's only in the physical proximity. But I'm going to say that that's one level, but obviously you can feel it. But what if I start sharing my feelings in a pure way, in a certain way, that everybody can feel it? And even nature can feel it also. There's been studies done about having good feelings towards plants and being angry towards plants and ignoring the plants. And we wonder, like, oh, wow, like the atmosphere that feelings create affects living things, even plants and nature. We certainly know that it affects our animals and our pets and everything else. So what level am I talking about, and what context do I need to hold in order for my feelings, in this case I'm talking about pure feelings, which I'll describe in a minute, what context do I need to hold so that my feelings can be received by the whole world? Well, one context, the context that I'm going to share, is soul consciousness. So what does that mean? You've heard, if you've been listening to the podcast and you saw the course, we did the course. So the soul, what is the soul? So I'm a soul. All human beings are souls. We're soul and body, right? So I'm a soul. My nature is peace. I am living consciousness. My nature is peace, benevolence, wisdom, purity, happiness. All of those qualities are innately me. That is my original nature. Now, maybe I've been feeling other things along the way, but if you go back and watch all the other podcasts, I spent 100 episodes trying to deconstruct some of that stuff that we're carrying around with us. But in these episodes, we're trying to see what is life beyond that? What happens when I do deconstruct a lot of that negativity and a lot of those constricting energies inside? And now I'm able to open myself up a little bit. So this is what we're talking about now. The qualities of the soul: peace, purity, happiness, love, generosity, power. Those could also be feelings. I could experience them. So let's start with peace. So if I'm in meditation and I say to myself, I am a soul, I'm the soul, my nature is peace. I'm forgetting everything else. So it's a pure experience. We call it an angelic level or subtle level experience, where I'm getting in touch with the original nature of the self, the soul, and feeling the feeling. So my nature is peace, and I'm feeling peace. At that moment that I'm feeling peace, I can actually share that peace with the world. How do I do that? As I'm feeling it, I can have the subtle thought, I'm feeling peace, I am peace, and I wish that all souls feel peace. All of nature is peaceful. I named this episode The Magic of Service. And part of the magic I'm going to leave for you to discover. But I will give a clue. Whatever we give out is what we get back. Like we talked about the laws of karma, and we talked about it at the level of thoughts and the level of feelings and the level of attitude and energy and how it impacts others. And all of that we get back. So if I'm putting out energy, let's say, volunteering and so forth, and I'm focusing on one group of people, or I'm giving a certain amount of money or so forth, that's wonderful because you're giving and you're helping, but it's limited. You're limiting to one area, you're limiting to one church, you're limiting to one group. But in this way, not only are you saying all, so it's unlimited, but you're connecting that unlimited generosity of heart with yourself. I am the peace. I feel this peace. I know I am it. This is my quality as a soul. The soul is peaceful. I feel peace, and I wish that everyone feels peace. What I'm doing is I'm opening myself up to unlimited experience. I'm expanding my capacity to feel the feeling, whether it's peace or love or good wishes, like I wish everyone well, or healing energy, conflict resolution kind of energy, harmony energy. All of that can be shared to all. And what's the science of this? Many of you may be scientifically oriented. If you think about the quantum realm, like everything is made up of energy, right? So this pen is made up of energy and it's solid as I'm holding it. But if you look at it at a microscope and you keep on going closer and closer and closer, you end up seeing electrons, and then there's nothing because in between the electrons, there's space. So it's energy. So at that level of energy, everyone is connected in the sense that everyone's receptive at that level. So if I'm thinking, well, I'm in this part of the world and I'm serving people in this part of the world, I'm thinking in terms of physical location. But if I'm feeling the feeling of peace and I'm saying, I wish that everyone feels peace, and my heart is wide open, that I understand that it's going to everybody, or I wish that it would go to everyone and to nature. That increases my capacity, and it also plugs me into the karma from the whole world. And this is something new. This may be something new. Nobody does charity, hopefully, to get a thank you. But there's another episode coming up in a while called How Blessings Work. And we'll talk about that. This is a blessing. So the magic of service is that not only are you getting in touch with your original nature, not only am I allowing myself to feel it and associate it with myself, not only am I opening myself up to share with the whole world, but in that sharing and in that connection, I'm also opening myself up to the return of that feeling. That's the law, right? The law of karma. If I love the whole world, then the whole world, the potential is that the whole world will love me. Now, again, challenge yourself now not to think about this in a limited way. This is an unlimited way. Remember, at the quantum realm, the level of energy. But I'm increasing my capacity. So the magic of service is that I can tap into my own nature and share it with the world. Now, what happens to me? What else is magical about that? Well, once I start doing it, and like I said, I'm going to leave you all to experience something for yourself. Once I start practicing it, something inside feels really good about that practice. In the Brahma Kumaris, we say that we're surrendered for service. And what does that mean? Does that mean we're all living in a center, or we all don't have families, or we all? No, what it means is in a certain way, what it means is we're surrendering our feelings, our self, our inner being for service to the world. That we're getting in touch with that angelic consciousness. This is not just for Brahma Kumaris. I'm saying we're sharing this with the world. We're sharing this and saying everyone can do this. We're all souls. We all have the same original nature, and that can be shared. And if you think about that as elevated karma or generosity, stimulating my generous nature, my benevolent nature, there's magic in that. And there's an awakening of a feeling of purpose at a whole new level. It doesn't negate anything physical. As a matter of fact, you can still do the physical. But working at the level of feelings and the level of energy helps everyone, has the potential to help everyone. So let's try this. Let's do a short meditation together, and we'll just try this briefly. So sitting quietly. Let your body be balanced and relaxed. And allow the present moment to come into your awareness. So whatever you were thinking in the last moment or two, let it pass. And the new moment is here, and let it be a silent moment. Let it be peaceful and silent. So peace and silence is coming here now. And I'm slowly bringing my awareness to the center of my forehead, which is where the soul resides. You can imagine a little sparkling point of light here. I'm watching the star, and I feel the silence. And I'm reminding myself, I am a soul. I am the soul, and my nature is peace. Allow the feeling of peace to emerge. I am the soul, my nature is peace. Notice how the body responds to the peaceful vibrations. As I feel this peace, the body is receiving the peace. The body is receiving this peace. I continue to let myself feel peace. This is my nature. This is my original state of being. Still, peaceful, and silent. And in this peace, I stimulate my heart of giving and wish from my heart that all souls should feel peace and all of nature should be peaceful. I'm feeling peace. I am the embodiment of peace. And my wish is that all souls and all of nature feel peace. Have an attitude of gentleness, an attitude of helping, and of sweetness, that these vibrations travel and others are able to receive them. And now gently prepare to come back to waking awareness. Bring your attention back to your body. Move your fingers around a little bit. Bring your awareness up, forward into your face and eyes. And we're back. That was just a little taste of what we can experience and how we can do service through our mind and through our pure feelings. And what makes them pure? Because I'm in soul conscious awareness, which is a universal awareness of all souls. So we're at the same level as all souls and nature because consciousness affects nature. Consciousness and matter are connected. So I will leave it there. I hope that you were able to have an experience with this and try it on your own, practice on your own. You can do it anywhere, which is nice. It doesn't require any physical energy or maybe you need to create the circumstances where you could pay attention, but you can do this anywhere using the power of the mind and the heart. So I will leave it there. Remember, our slogan is heal, empower, and serve. And until next time, take care.